Because you're in a contract, kind of like not in a contract thing, but you're having a hard time getting your next fight. Paulo Costa, he just like ended up pulling out of his fight with that guy Ikram. It seems like it wasn't even ever booked though, and now he's kind of fighting Khamzat. What are your thoughts on that at all?
I mean, Paulo Costa going for it bad, and
Yeah.
definitely if the fight was never signed, I mean, the fight was never official in the first place. So,
Hmm.
just because somebody makes a verbal agreement, at the end of the day, if you're not a man, what I'm saying, whatever, you don't have to stand on your word, right?
Yeah.
So my biggest thing was, whether, those two people made a verbal agreement or made a contract. Now, if they made a contractual agreement to fight each other, they sign a promotion deal, oh, then, Paulo, you got to stick to it. But regardless,
Yeah.
though, if it was never official and they were just saying like, oh, yeah, we'll fight each other, then, yeah, it is, you move with the better offer. That's all that is.
Yeah.
So Paulo
And
Costa
do you
got a
kind of
better offer in fighting Khamzat Chimaev. We would rather see that anyway. So
Yeah, exactly.
shit.
And I guess he kind of played hardball there. So do you kind of respect that hardball approach with negotiations, even though it's kind of hard or a little scary maybe to go for go against what the UFC wants, but he seems to have gotten the better fight at the end of the day playing hardball with them.
What you mean by you talking about Paulo Costa
Like,
playing hardball with them? What
yeah,
you
just
mean?
not
What you
saying
mean?
yes to
So
every
what
offer, I
tactics?
guess.
What tactics do you think Paulo Costa did in order to play hardball? So what you talking about?
I think that they put out this fight and then they announced it, and then it was never official, and he held out the entire time basically, and that's kind of like the hardball. So once the fight approached like 2 weeks from
Man,
now, it
be
seems like they
honest with
had
you,
to
bro. It's
scratch
not
it.
hardball. If the UFC want to make Paulo Costa fight, they gonna make him fight. Don't ever get it twisted. So
Okay.
it was no hardball from Paulo Costa. If anything, the UFC gave Paulo Costa a better deal.
Hmm.
The UFC offered Khamzat to him. They changed their mind. So it wasn't, Paulo Costa, yeah. Nah, that didn't happen whatsoever.
Okay. So you don't think that like
I
I
know
guess
that didn't
holding
happen.
out on signing a contract
I
is
know
like
that didn't happen. I know that
yeah.
didn't happen. Yep.
Okay.
Because
I
then,
guess
if that's
just because
okay,
I'm.
I would say this then, right? If that
How do
was
you
the
know? That's
case,
what I'm.
if
Yeah.
that was the case, then they just would have never set up the fight.
Ah.
So then Paulo Costa just would have been out, right? And then
Yeah.
Imavov would have just fought the dude that Paulo Costa was gonna fight, and then Khamzat would have been either fighting Leon Edwards or motherfucking Kamaru Usman or some shit, you know.
Okay. All
So
right. I see.
yep, yeah.
Okay. And
Don't
then
ever
the
get it
last
twisted,
one.
man. UFC do what they want, baby.
Yeah. I mean, because it just seemed like, I mean, maybe I was listening to too much Ariel Hawani, but he was just saying how Costa, like, it was never even a done deal. But
Yeah, if it ain't
whatever.
a done deal, period. Like, yeah, the UFC can't make nothing happen if ain't nothing on contract, right?
Hmm.
Uh, so with that being said, it's never official if you don't sign a contract. So regardless, you never should believe any type of information that don't come out or that comes out. But for Paulo
Right.
Costa, uh, I'm always gonna go with the better deal with a bigger fight. Period.
Right.
Definitely if I ain't signed nothing. If I ain't signed shit, I'm definitely gonna go with the bigger deal and sign that boy first. But with the
Gotcha.
UFC, they set up all these deals beforehand. So if Paulo Costa did sign a contract, trust me, he will be fighting that dude. Period.